Hey YouTube, what's going on? Name's Eric Sarian, and you know the typical line at the beginning, just give me that thumbs up, that subscribe button down below so you can keep up to date with all the content that I'm going to be putting out. And so I just wanted to dive right in. I just wanted to talk about investing in your 20s. And when you just hear investing in your 20s, a lot of people just get the idea that, stock market, 401k, a Roth IRA. It's all these things that we've been hearing for a long time, which are traditional routes that go about doing things, which are phenomenal. But personally believe that during your 20s, you have a little bit more risk tolerance because you're in your 20s. And so there's other things that you can do. But the methods that I'm talking about, minimal amounts of risk, it's just do you take action and will you commit to taking action? And so I just wanted to talk about in your 20s, just investing in yourself. And so I ultimately believe that, because I've having results from them, that if you invest on developing a skill and improving that skill, and if that skill correlates to something in your job realm, you're going to have a better outcome every single time. And so, for example, say you work at a sales job and you make about 50 grand a year, and you take a couple courses, read some books on how to improve your communication skills, your negotiation skills, and your sales in general. And you go from making 50 grand to 100 grand. You just made 100% return on your investment right there within maybe a half a year to a year, which is something that you don't make in a year on the stock market, investing. It just doesn't happen. And so that's why I say, just in your 20s, you just want to invest in yourself and just hone in on developing your skills and becoming a lot better in the few things that you want to hone in on. And so I just wanted to talk about one book that's been largely just changing my whole mindset. And so I had a book to kind of show you guys right here. I would just highly recommend you guys reading this. It's called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And it's been a book that has completely changed my whole mindset when it comes to a lot of things financially. And I would just recommend just giving it a read. I've already read it twice. I'm going to be going on my third read. It's just a phenomenal book to just read because it kind of goes about showing you how to understand how money works, being able to replicate a lot of the things that successful people have already been doing. So it's something that you don't have to go through trial and error as much yourself because you're reading about people who have already done these things. And so that way you kind of shorten that narrow down to the few paths that will hopefully lead you to better success depending on what type of route you want to take. And I just want to talk about something that I previously mentioned. And so I talked about how a lot of these things relate to action. And so education's phenomenal and I love learning, but knowledge is only power if you take action. If you just learn these things and you don't take action on any of them, it's not going to do anything for you. If you don't read, you don't do the courses, you don't get a mentor, which I recommend hugely getting a mentor, making sure you go outside your comfort zone and talking to people that are a lot older than you. A lot of these people have already been down these paths, have already these tried and true methods and ways to be able to help you out a lot more. And those tips that they give you have been just that huge in just me deciding on what things I want to do, because I've grown into knowing how I am as an individual and how I can impact the world and make the world a better place myself. And so you just want to surround yourself around other people that are in a better position, that you kind of want to copy and that you kind of want to be in that pathway, so that way you can kind of like copy that and then ultimately go down and improve that, because you're getting this information at a younger route, which I'm sure they wish they would have received that at a younger route. Just be able to make sure you have just a value for value exchange. 100% believe in value for value, especially people that are a lot older than you, and they will want to see you grow. But just when you get to that point, just try to be able to give back whatever you can that'll be able to support. And kind of just wrapping it up, I just wanted to emphasize a couple of those 2 points that I was making earlier. One, just invest in yourself in your 20s, because honing in a lot of the skills and developing these skills that will allow you to be better at your job and hopefully ultimately make me, instead of having just a job, creating your own business, having your own financial decisions and your own financial future, because you're developing these skills and you're becoming a master in maybe 1 or 2 or 3 areas of life. And so just highly recommend that. And then 2, like I was saying, knowledge is power only if you take action on it. if you just learn these things and you don't do anything, you're not going to see any results. You don't see results from not doing anything. It's not how it works. So you want to make sure that you do take action and you implement a lot of the things that you learn and you try them out. You have to see what you're most comfortable with doing and what ultimately suits you the best, because everyone's different and we all have a lot of skill sets and talents that are different. And so you just want to hone in a lot of the things that you're already kind of good at and just become the best in a couple of things in your life, because just having a lot of things that you're okay at is okay, but you just want to be the best in a couple of things, because then a lot of people are going to look up to you and they're going to want to get information and knowledge from you because you're the best in these areas. So that's pretty much it, YouTube. Do want to recommend you guys throw some comments down below on what your advice or kind of what your experience has been with Think and Grow Rich. And if you do have any stocks or any ways to get a 401k or stock market technique that does give you 100% return on investment for the year, just throw that below so that way we can help out a lot of other people that would wonder how you'd even be able to do that. All right, so I'll talk to you guys later. Eric's out. See you guys.